Wow. What is up, guys? So I've been rereading the Odyssey, my favorite epic myth. I absolutely love this poem, the epic poem, The Odyssey by Homer. And we always read about how the crew stopped on the island of the sun god and touched the cattle. But there's a part of that story that you never see or hear about that really I thought was strange and creepy when you really think about it. Muses will rise and sing praises of the gods. Meanwhile, Eurylochus proposed a foolish plan. Listen, my friends, you have already suffered too much. All human deaths are hard to bear, but starving is most miserable of all. So let us poach the finest of these cattle and sacrifice them to the deathless gods. If we get home to Ithaca, at once we will construct a temple to the sun god with treasures in it. If he is so angry about these cows that he decided to wreck our ship, and if the other gods agree, I would prefer to drink the sea and die at once than perish slowly, shriveled up here on this desert island. All the others agreed with him. They went to poach the best of Helios's cattle, which were grazing beside the ship. The men surrounded them and called upon the gods. They had plucked leaves from the oak trees. On the ship there was no barley. They prayed, then killed them, skinned them, and cut off the thighs, and covered up the bone with fat, a double layer with raw meat on top. They had no wine to pour libations over the burnt offering, but they made do with water, and they roasted all the innards. And when the thighs were burned, the entrails sprinkled, they cut the other meat up into chunks for skewers. Sweet sleep melted from my eyes. I rushed back to the ship beside the shore. When I was close, the meaty smell of cooking enfolded me. I groaned and told the gods, O Zeus, and all you deathless gods, you blinded my mind with that infernal sleep. My men did dreadful things while I was gone. Meanwhile, Lampetia, in flowing skirt, ran off to tell the sun god we had killed the cows. Enraged, he called the other gods. Great Zeus, and all you other deathless gods, you must punish Odysseus's men. They killed my cattle. I delighted in those cows all through each day, when I went up to heaven and when I turned to the earth. If they do not repay me, I will sink down into Hades and bring my bright light only to the dead. Zeus answered, Helios, please shine with us and shine for the mortals on the life-giving earth. I will immediately smite their ship with my bright thunderbolt and smash it up in fragments all across the wine-dark sea. And I heard this from the beautiful Calypso, who had been told by Hermes. So this next part is what got me, that I forgot about until I reread it again, because you never see it on any interpretation in the film or anywhere. If the Christopher Nolan movie has this scene, then it's a deep cut for sure. Back on the shore beside my ship, I scolded each of them. It did no good. The cows were already dead. The gods sent signs. The hides began to twitch, and the meat on skewers started mooing, raw and cooked. There was the sound of cattle lowing. For 6 days my men banqueted on beef from Helios. I mean, think of it and picture it. You're literally sitting in a camp, eating your meat, and the skin of the dead cow starts to twitch, and the skewered barbecue, your beef kebabs, are mooing. The dead cow you're sitting there cooking and eating is starting to moo. And the men think nothing of it. They keep eating for 6 more days, even though their food is literally talking back to them. So the moral of the story is you cannot do anything outside of the will of the gods. If the gods say, do not touch this cattle, if the cattle are not meant to be touched, you don't touch them. It doesn't matter if you pray beforehand, if you wash your hands, do libations, do everything right. If it is something that is out of the will of the gods, then you're not going to have favor and think the gods would be okay with it. So in the Sallustian way, if you want to see it that way, that's stepping out of what the gods are. So when you're trying to do something that is wrong, like kill someone, you think it's okay. That's not okay, no matter how you want to justify it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought that was interesting and creepy, something I completely forgot about that was in the story. And when I'm finished reading, I will talk about the Odyssey and why Odysseus is my hero. You know, everyone in Hellenic polytheism usually has a hero, and Odysseus is mine. And I'll tell you why, and we'll talk about the Odyssey more in depth and the lessons learned. And I have a whole couple more video ideas I want to do around the Odyssey coming soon. And so I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day, guys. Bye.